In this video, I'm going to reveal to you why you scroll. Because it's one thing to know that you scroll, but when you understand the actual reason behind why, that's when you can actually attack the problem and fix it. And so, I'm Anthony. I've been a procrastination coach for the past year, and nowadays I help people end their scrolling addiction. Here's some of the people I've helped before. I can help you just like I've helped them. So, immediately starting off, most of you probably know why you scroll. It's dopamine. But I truly want to get deep down into it so that I can give you a specific advice. This specific advice is so powerful. Dopamine is a neurochemical in your brain, which I'm just going to call a hormone, okay? Don't judge me. It's a hormone. And it's responsible for your motivation. Whenever you're motivated to do anything, it's because of dopamine. But the problem is that when you're scrolling, when you see all these bright flashing lights and all the information you get when you're scrolling, that lights up your dopamine like crazy. It's honestly insane. Like I've seen some studies where the dopamine lighting up is amazing. Not amazing for you, but amazing in the fact that how much it lights up your brain. And every single time that you scroll, all of that dopamine gets fired up, but eventually you become resistant to it. Now, you don't get resistant to it technically, but what happens is that you get used to the level of dopamine that you get. So every time that you scroll, you get this huge level of dopamine. Eventually, that becomes your baseline. And so everything else that's less boring than scrolling, which most of life is, that means that the rest of life to you is boring. That means that to even feel normal, you have to scroll. That's what's so dangerous about a scrolling addiction. It's that you literally lose motivation for life. You lose motivation to do anything else other than scrolling. So what we need to do is to lower our baseline once again. We need to make it so that scrolling isn't the only thing that makes us feel normal. In fact, we want to make it so that scrolling, it's still going to give you the huge jump of dopamine, but we want to make it so that everything else in life also gives us that jump in dopamine. And this is where the specific advice comes in. The thing that I've been doing for the past 2 years almost is meditation. What meditation does is that it recalibrates your brain to be more prone to boredom, which sounds bad. Essentially, you get accustomed to your own thoughts. You're okay with being bored. You're literally lowering that baseline. So it can be argued that it's the exact opposite of scrolling. Scrolling increases your baseline. It fires up your dopamine. What meditation does when you're literally just sitting there and following your breath, it lowers your baseline and it doesn't fire any dopamine at all. It doesn't. And that's why it's so powerful. You're training your brain to be okay with being bored. You're training your brain to not need dopamine all the time. You don't need stimulation. And so I can give you super specific advice here too. To actually start off meditation, I would recommend an app to you completely for free. I'm not associated with it. It's called Medito. Medito. Completely for free. What it does is that it teaches you how to meditate. Like, I didn't know what it was at first. I thought it was like a thing only Buddhist monks do, but slowly I realized anybody can do it and everybody should do it. It is so simple. Even just for 2 minutes sitting down and breathing and listening to your breath, that by itself is enough to feel better. You will feel the results. In just a week or two, immediately I can promise your screen time is going to cut down by at least 1 or 2 hours. Bare minimum, you will save 1 or 2 hours for the rest of your life. You're welcome. And if you want my personal help in completely getting rid of your dopamine addiction, I can help you. What happens is that when you're scrolling, the dopamine gets fired up so much to where the point where you lose motivation for the rest of your life. But if you actually learn how to cut back on your scrolling with the skills that I'll teach you in my coaching program, then for the rest of your life, not only will you be more prone to getting motivated for life, But you'll also save at least 4 hours a day that you would have otherwise spent on scrolling. I can help you with all that and more if you sign up for my coaching program. Now, that's a big jump. And so, if you just want to try it out, you can get a free consultation with me completely for free by clicking the link in the description